I usually take that cheaply going on a turnpike and all that, but there's a lot of trucks here, a lot of vans here, and like it's Christmas season, so I gotta be very careful how I drive because there's a lot of vehicles in here. And the good news, the roads are not bad at all. They're very dry. I'm happy about that. Yeah, gotta be careful. Sun's in my eyes. There we go. So how's everybody doing this morning? Right about now, I have my friends going to church and all that, like in Johnstown. And if I'm correct, I'm about maybe 4 hours away from reaching New York. Technically, I should have been on the road 2 hours earlier, but I procrastinated because I was tired. But I got enough sleep. I shot a video of me trying to make butter, homemade butter. And the funny thing, I came this close to doing it, but the process of making actually homemade butter is a lot trickier than it looks. A lot trickier. But I feel if I try again, I probably will succeed. But the video I'm gonna be coming soon. Other than that, excuse me. Other than that, how's everyone doing these days? How everybody's doing? If I could be real, I want to talk about things that could affect everybody, especially in the holiday season. And it's a tough subject to talk about, but I will have to talk about it. Infidelities. This time, I want to talk about how the ladies do it for, like, say, if their man cheated on them. Yeah. Here's my opinion on this. If the man cheated on you, you got proof, you earn the right to leave him. Period. Divorce him. Be done with him. If he physically abused you, you earn the right to divorce him. If he has an addiction of some sort, maybe drug, alcohol, what have you not, he's not about trying to get help, you have a right to leave him. Even like say for the sake of argument, if he does get help, if you don't feel comfortable or safe, you have a right to leave him. If he cheats on you, an adulterer, you earn the right to leave him. Simple as that. In my opinion, any man who cheats on his wife is an automatic W for him. Not W, automatic L for him. Now, some say like, well, she won't be intimate with me. And believe it or not, that's some of the reasons why men do cheat on their wives, because for some reason, she won't be intimate. She sees being intimate with the husband as a chore. It's like, take out the garbage, seems preferable than being intimate with your man. And I'm thinking, ouch. If it gets to that point, gentlemen, do not wait. Don't wait too long. It's like about, like I said, there's one thing you wait about 1 to 3 months, like maybe she goes to things, maybe she's super stressed, all that stuff. That's one thing. Maybe she's definitely ill. That's another one. Or she's giving birth and she went a post, I think, that stressful depression after giving birth, postpartum stress and something like that. Yes. Everything else, have an honest talk about that. Look, you have to talk about this. Maybe you should see some counseling, see what's going on. Because it's kind of weird how you expect, your man to be loyal, and temptation is flying him in all directions, and you don't want to be intimate. In case you forgot, ladies, just the idea of touch is very important to man. Intimacy reassures the bonds you two have. Simple as that. And what do we have here? Hold on, let's see. Andy, good morning. How you doing? Woo. Okay. Might not being careful while I'm driving and all that stuff. Yeah, my point being that if your man cheats on you, find out. You gotta ask yourself what's going on. Are you fully aware of what's going on? The one thing you gotta realize, this goes for both men and women. If someone is like being intimate, you gotta look around and say, okay, what changed? What happened? All that. Cause it's not like one day he's like, he cheated on you out of the blue. Something happened, something shifted, something like, man's like, you know what, ain't worth it. Why say, ladies, you choose not to have sex with your man? You made like sex like a chore. It's like, okay, I would be intimate with you on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Be spontaneous. Be spontaneous. Don't wait for those. Do not wait for your birthday. Do not wait for a holiday. Don't wait till Valentine's Day. And if you know, just do it. Do not wait until your husband starts saying no, because it's kind of weird though. Like, ladies, if the man tries to initiate and you keep rejecting him every single time, there will come a point to where he's going to stop. And when he stops, you cannot be surprised that he's not interested. That's how they will lose interest. If you keep shooting him down every single time you try to initiate intimacy, or a connection at least. Let's say for the sake of argument, he tried to initiate intimacy for about 3 months straight. You shout him down, give him attitude, gaslight him like, you know, like it's not about you and all that stuff. Try to take control of it, or worse, weaponize it, or even more worse than that, try to use it as leverage. You don't do that. Or make it transactional. You don't do that. Why? I'm sorry to tell you this, ladies. There's other women who is giving away like free hotcakes. Or worse yet, there are women who do want to make the connection with the man. They say like, you see this man who's alone, who's in need of connection, and they had a problem connecting. And it's the funny part, they don't have to be intimate with your husband. All you gotta do is listen and show some empathy. The moment you start showing empathy to your man, while shooting him down for intimacy, yeah, you're gonna lose him. So where's the attention? The one best way to prevent stuff like this is happening is 3 words: communication, communication, communication. She's got more people here. So hold on a second. Now, Andy, how you doing? Jordan, how you doing? Oh, hold on. Watch for the truck. Hey, slow down speed a little bit. Alex, how you doing? Andy, Jordan, Alex, please meet you folks. How you doing? Yeah, but bottom line is this: communication, communication, communication to go for both men and women. So, like I said, don't get me wrong. If a man cheats on a woman, it's an automatic L for the man. Whether it be boyfriend, fiance, or husband. They deserve to lose everything. Because like women would pretty much like sacrifice on her end so much and all that. And then how man do it wrong? No. Now, let's go over here. If a man gets cheated on, yeah. This is the irony though. If a man cheats, society in general will usually trash the man instantly. It's automatic out. You should know better. No excuses. If he cheats on a woman, no excuses. Even for the sake of argument, like the woman would not be intimate with him, do it like this. Number 1, have a very, very honest talk with her. Ask for that divorce. I know you don't want to do that, but ask for it. You got basically I'm not saying you have to, don't get me wrong, because I feel bad for saying it. But let's say if they file for divorce, I won't be too surprised though. There are some men who was like in their 60s and 70s who will like say divorce their wives and marry another woman just for intimacy alone. I'm like, wow. I heard such stories. I don't think it's proper. It helps you have a very strong connection. And if intimacy comes along with it, that's a bonus. But to men who have been cheated upon, I'm not gonna lie to you, it hurts. And don't get me wrong though. If a woman is cheated upon, it hurts her. It's really bad. But a man cheated upon, it hurts so much deeper because believe it or not, a man will love much more deeply, sacrifice way more than you can imagine. If I dare say so, probably more than women. Well, so what you talk about? Think this way though, a man will pretty much sacrifice his freedom, his financial, his everything. He'll literally rearrange his life for you. And I don't want to say, why rearrange my life too? That's true. That's true. I'm not going to argue against it. But It's super rare if a woman will go out of her way to change her life for a man. I mean, what I mean by that, like I say, how many women are willing to change jobs for the man you're going to marry? I'm not going to say like they don't exist. They do exist. But my point is like the man, he loves this woman, you know, because he does love her. He feels it in his heart. It's kind of complicated for me to try to explain, but if a man loves a woman, he really does. I'm not saying women don't love men. There are women who will move heaven and earth for their man. There are women who will sacrifice their lives for the man. If you have a woman who will sacrifice her life for you, dude, you better put the crown on her head, give her that ring. She's your queen. Protect her with your dear life. I'm gonna stop at the rest station if I can get to it. What the heck? Oh crap! Is it closed? Yeah, it's closed. Man, that sucks. Oh well. And there's no one 27 miles away. That's a pain in the neck. Yeah, like I said, women say like, you know, wait a minute, we sacrifice more. My question is this. Like say, husband gets married. Okay, cool. She wants a divorce. Okay, they have kids. Who's gonna lose more? The husband and the wife. I'm sorry to tell you this, the husband's gonna lose every single time. Why? She wants alimony and child support. And here's the funniest thing. It's not always the wife that demands all that. It's the courts. You see, the courts want a cut of that money. It's kind of weird though. I'm going to shift a little bit to a paternity test. I can guarantee you if someone trying to push for a paternity test, the child support courts will probably fight against it. There's certain women groups will fight against it. Because the women will think like, oh, we can't be trusted. And the courts say, hey, we're not going to get our share of the money. How wild is that? But these days, and I saw like a video clip about, you know, difference between like conservatives and liberals. I mean, both men and women who in terms of liberals or conservatives. Now, in terms of getting married, having kids, it's high on the list. For conservatives, maybe men and women. But for liberals, it's not that high. It's low on the list. So it talks about where their priorities lie when it comes to family. And always though, in terms of family, the conservatives have no problem sacrificing themselves and invest their all into like a family. When liberals more about me, and me. Don't forget me. I almost got that. I almost forgot. My bad. But overall, in terms of infidelity, it hurts and it sucks. I heard like a lot of stories how, like for example, a woman decided to have an affair because she would be made special. She would be felt seen and all that stuff. And the one thing these women keep forgetting though, these guys who they have an affair with would say anything and everything and promise them the moon and back just once, you know, to get busted or once, you know, right now I'm currently on 80 East. Back to New Jersey and woo! Okay then. As I was saying before, goes back to wives that cheat their husband because they want to feel seen, desired, want to feel special and all that. But here's the thing. Why can't you talk that with your husbands? Why can't you talk that with your husbands? You should have done that. You should have talked with your husbands about what you were feeling. The worst thing you can do is to vent to somebody else, especially a person who you know wants you. This person would do everything, everything in his power to, let's face it, hit it and quit it. They can promise you, yeah, I'll be with you. Yeah, I'll marry you. Why don't you, as long as you leave your husband, yeah, I'm going to be with you. And he would convince you like you should leave your husband. Here's the problem with that, though. Once he gets what he wants you to do, like get you in bed and have his way with you, don't be surprised he dumps you. Don't be surprised he leaves you. And I can hear all this stories. Oh, he said he loves me. Oh, he said he'd marry me. He'd be with me. Wrong. And then finds out that, yeah, she's been cheating with this guy, broke over her husband, divorced him. And the moment that happens, she wants the fan partner to become her main man. And that same fan partner said, nope, I don't want that responsibility. He'd rather be the side dude, and that's it. A lot of guys who cheat with married women rather be the side dudes than the main man. And then when their wife try to go back to their husbands, they think the husbands want to come back. Hold on.
Good day.
That's my sister Ann. They think that their husbands will take it back. Wrong. Especially when the husband find out that she be cheating on him and would move for how long. It's like, really? Husband's not dumb. And here's the scary part for you ladies. You think that you're getting over on your husband by cheating on him? How do you know that he doesn't know that you were cheating on him? For all you know, you realize you've been cheating on him for years. All he's doing is waiting for the right time to drop that hammer on you. Heck, they can wait 5, 10, maybe 15, 20 years. Wait at the exact moment when they drop that hammer on you, ooh wait, it's gonna be bad. Because if he start dropping receipts on you, it's a wrap. And you probably say like, why didn't you say anything? You know what he's probably gonna say? He's waiting for you to at least have the decency to confess. To confess. At least admit you were wrong. And the funny thing is, like, you would be upset because, like, well, you probably didn't care that much, you keep pulling away. Because I found out early on you were cheating on me. And I waited, and hopefully, you will admit to the affair. And you know what you're going to hear? We can fix this. I made a mistake. You're not going to blow up, like, say, 5, 10, 50, 20 years over a mistake. No, ma'am, it's not a mistake. It's a choice. A very cold, selfish, thoughtless, egotistical choice. You blew up your marriage because you got bored. You blew up your marriage because you want to feel desired. You want to be seen. You want to know if you still got it. The good news maybe in terms of making yourself available just for cheap thrills, yes. But in terms of being with somebody else's wife for the long term, nope. Yeah. That's like me buying a Lamborghini and more put a nasty dent in it. I try to sell for the same high value price. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. You know very well the moment you drive a car off the lot, the value plummets. The more you put any dents and scratches in it, it's gonna go down even further. Now, I'm not saying that men who cheat should get any special treatment. No. I can simply say men who cheat get treated way worse. Because if I was ever concerned, there's no excuse. And I will say this though, like, could a man who's in a situation where you're in sexist, loveless marriages I say, try to have her go to counseling and not go to individual counseling. I tell her, like, look, this is not working out. Either way, we got something got to change or the marriage could be over. And she was hoping you would walk out. She made conditions in the marriage so unbearably like, I'd rather leave, lose a lot of money, than stay here and pretty much like die suffering, which is true. Here's the funny thing. There's another story I heard how, like, wife cheated on her husband. He cuts off all contact, all support, everything. Files for divorce. 4 months afterwards, though, start dating again. And the ex-wife gets mad. Oh, why you move on so quickly? Oh, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, it means nothing to you? And every time I hear these bitter women get mad because their husbands left them because they cheated on them. And when these husbands start dating again, especially with somebody that makes them happy and smile, they say that. Ladies, you cannot say a word, and I'll tell you why. You see, this man took his time. He waited about like 4 months. Some waited like early. So you complain about this guy is dating after 4 months after the divorce is finalized? There are men who would date before the divorce is even finalized. But when this woman's complaining that she's complaining about her husband, ex-husband is dating 4 months after the divorce, please, I don't want to hear that. You want to know why I said please? Because you women have these a handful of men in your DMs ready to talk to you at a moment's notice. I can see it now. You get on the phone like, yeah, I just filed a divorce with my husband. Next thing you know, boom, you got a dozen guys trying to get with you in the DMs. It's that quick, it's that easy. But that's besides the point. So let's just call it past me. But long story short, folks, communication. If you want the marriage to last, talk to each other. Seek counseling to make sure the marriage stays together. Do not be afraid to connect with one another. And most importantly, have the communication before the wedding. Just saying. So right about now, I got called a day because, quite simply, I got folks on driving to get to New York. It's going to be a while before I get there. I'll probably do another live stream before I hit Jersey. So until then, folks, talk to you later.